Welcome back to another episode of Home Sweet Home Cooking. I'm your host Rocky with my mother Kathleen in an undisclosed secret location, her kitchen. So today's recipe is going to be another no-bake treat. Grab your kids, have them help you with this one. It doesn't go in the oven. It does have to come to a boil, so you can't, unless if you can trust them boiling something, then they can do it on their own, or you're gonna have to bring them with the boil, but they can do the rest. So what my mom's got going over, it's called a graham cracker bar. She's taking whole graham crackers and she's gonna line the bottom of a 9x3, okay, it does say grease the pan. I was right. Pull those out.
Oh, but it was so hard putting those in there.
It calls for 1 cup of butter, so I'm just gonna take the stick of butter, one of the sticks of butter, and hopefully this is out of the freezer, so this might not grease right. Greasing.
Now this recipe came from St. Clair Simpson Electric, where we work in Michigan.
No, Dr. Flambeau, Wisconsin.
Okay, in Wisconsin. We work someplace. And a woman brought this to work, and I thought it was so good, I asked her for the recipe. So she brought me the recipe, I read it, and I said, no, what you brought yesterday. That is what I brought yesterday. No, it's not. Now, if I would have seen this recipe someplace, I would have never, ever made it. And she kept insisting that was the recipe, and it was.
Well, of course it was. It was her recipe. She knows.
Yeah, I sure did.
Alright, so just rub the pan with the butter and grease the bottom. Don't have to go too far up the sides. Being frozen, it's hard to get the, there we go. Into a saucepan, the part you gotta boil. It's gonna be 1 cup of sugar, 1 cup of butter, which is 2 sticks. There's gonna be a half a cup of milk going in there and 1 egg beaten. So the first item I'm gonna put in there, obviously, is the last one I read. Last one on the list. I'm gonna put the egg in there by itself. These eggs crack funny. Not funny, haha, funny, weird. And I'm gonna go ahead and beat it. That way I don't have to dirty up another cup just to beat an egg. So to that, I'm just going to drop in the 2 sticks of butter, the 1 cup of sugar, and a half cup of milk. Try not to spill it everywhere. Oh, of course the bubble is going to happen right where the line I have to read is. There we go.
Of course.
And 1/2 cup milk. So just bring this to a boil. And while that's going to come to a boil, I'm going to prep the next set of the ingredients that are going to mix into it. Is 1 cup of nuts. What kind of nuts we're going to use? Walnuts?
I think so.
Okay, 1 cup of walnuts, 1 cup of coconut, and we're going to crush some graham crackers, enough to make 1 cup of graham cracker crumbs. So that's going to be prepped while this is going on the stove and come to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, we'll come back, mix it all together. So the mixture has come to a boil for a little bit. It's got a little bit frothy on top from the butter, which is fine. It's going to do that. And like I say, to add that, we're going to add 1 cup of nuts. We're using chopped walnuts, 1 cup of coconut, and 1 cup of the graham crackers crushed down. For our graham crackers, it was 6 graham crackers equals crushed down as 1 cup. So you're going to add that to the mix. Stir it in good. Just want to make sure everything is all incorporated and you got the coating over all the graham cracker crumbs and the coconut. And then you're just going to pour that carefully over the graham crackers so you don't spread the graham crackers everywhere.
I told you it's disgusting to read that recipe.
You know, the sugar and the egg in there is going to kind of pecan pie kind of filling. That'll be the butter and the eggs and the sugar. It's gonna make that kind of, I don't know what you want to call it. Your eggs got a little bit scrambled there, Ma.
You
And
did it.
well, that's what happens when you use frozen butter. But it's alright, it'll be fine. And once it's spread in there kind of evenly, just so it's flat, you're just going to top it off with more graham crackers. And you put them in whole. You don't have to cut them, don't have to break them.
Till you get to the ends.
Till you get to the ends. But as far as your field in the middle, they can be whole. And do one final part to this. We're going to get to that in just a second. You're going to get 2 cups of powdered sugar.
That's where I was headed once.
1/2 cup of butter. This has to be softened to room temperature. And 1 teaspoon of vanilla.
Or you could use lemon extract too.
No, not in this. I wouldn't. Not in a million years. And then
I would.
some milk to make it spreadable. We're going to go ahead and get that set up and get the camera back rolling in just a second. Alright, so we've got 2 cups of powdered sugar, 1 stick, 1/2 cup of butter. And to that, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract.
Or lemon. Or whatever you like.
There'll be no heathens cooking this. Vanilla. Alright.
Don't forget that.
I'm just got a little bit in until it comes to a spreadable consistency. Doesn't take much milk, maybe about a tablespoon, but I mean it's definitely thickened and come together. So that is all you need, right? Looks good?
Looks good to me.
And last step is going to be just to put this on the top of the graham cracker bars. Being careful not to squish everything out. And I suppose if you wanted to, you could do a buttercream, some cream cheese in here, or something along those lines if you wanted to go that route. And yes, I suppose if you want to do a lemon icing, you could do lemon. One option that I was thinking, like I say, these recipes, any recipe is more of a guideline than hard and fast rules. And I was talking to my mom about this. Once you put the hot filling in, you could probably get away with sprinkling in some chocolate chips in there before you put the top layer of graham crackers on. You'll let it melt just a little bit into the filling. Graham cracker top might not stick as well because of the chips being in the way. Or you could use a fudge frosting or a brown sugar type of frosting.
Or lemon extract.
I already said a lemon frosting. But the frosting is going to be completely up to you. So once it's in, it's not going to be the easiest to spread even coverage because the graham crackers, they lay however they want to lay. But you just want to get some in there so it's all got a decent covering like that. And that's what it looks like. I'm going to let that set up to cool, to set up a little bit. Your hands leaving marks on your countertop.
I know.
Probably about at least an hour for it to cool down. You want that filling to, it's not going to set completely, it's going to crush and gush out as you cut it. a little bit, but you want to let it come down so you can probably even put it in the fridge to make it go faster.
Yeah, you can.
But we'll come back and check in about an hour, and we'll see how it goes. All right, now comes my favorite part about these videos. This is what it looks like. It's pretty dense. It's not coming out of there. Take yourself a knife, just a butter knife. Make sure you cut all the way through the bottom gram. And get yourself a little fork to get the first one out.
Want a fork?
I got it. And that's what it looks like. Got your graham cracker on the top and the bottom is a crust. You got that gooey filling, and you got your frosting. Mom,
What?
come have one with me.
Huh?
Come have one with me. This is your favorite part. Oop, mine just fell apart in my hand. Oops. Our favorite part of these videos. Well, other than spending time together.
Had to say something.
Yeah. Cheers.
Just as I remember.
Mm-hmm. Gooey, sweet. Not even really crunchy anymore. Not even really crisp, but the filling softens up the graham crackers. That's delicious. So, outside of boiling this, kid friendly. Grab your kids, put them in the kitchen, spend some time with them. Doesn't take a whole lot of time. If they're ADD is not going to kick in this quickly, I don't think. They'll keep themselves occupied. They can lay out the graham crackers. You can pour the hot mixture in there. You can mix all that together. They can crush up the graham crackers. They can help you measure it out. You just need to be the one, make sure that your filling is hot. And you can pour it in there. They can spread it out, and they can lay the graham crackers on the top, and they can beat up the frosting and spread it. Nothing that these kid couldn't help you with. So it's things like this that'll get the kid interested in coming into the kitchen and spending time with you. That way, they see where their food comes from. They see that they can do something like that, and maybe at some point they'll be cooking or making you some cookies, and you don't have to, because at a certain age, I don't know, 12 years old, I started, I took a big load of bacon off you because I started baking the cookies, and she was just there in the house, so I'd do cookies and cakes, and I did a lot of the baking myself. So think of that as a way to get you out of the kitchen and get your kids into the kitchen early. So give them a try. Spend some time with the kids. This is very kid friendly. It's a good summertime treat because you keep it in the fridge. Well, you don't have to keep it in the fridge, but it stays kind of cool, so you get that little bit of a cool treat.
Right.
Yeah.
And if your kids like graham crackers, buy extra because they'll be eating them while they're doing it.
Yeah. It took pretty much a whole box. One pack for each layer, the top and bottom, and almost 3/4 of the pack to crush up to make the one crust or 1 cup on the inside. So it'll take a full box of graham crackers for that. But give it a try. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. Share it with your friends. Make sure you subscribe, and get your kids in the kitchen with you. That's part of what this is all about.
And that's where he started.
That's where I started. Bye, folks. You have a great day.